Philly. Yo, Philly. I'm not even going to ask right now. We already know. We all know. We all know how you get when you have no greased light poles to climb, no horse crap sandos to hammer. Philly fan, put that horse crap sando down. Horse crap sandos are for closers only.
Down. Coffee's for closers only.
Man, the Eagles are anything but that. The Eagles certainly are not closers. In fact, not only are the Eagles not closers, the Eagles aren't openers either. The Eagles are no-showers. No-showers who no-showed their way through the last 8 weeks of the regular season, and then, of course, no-showed their way right out the postseason. The word implosion is not nearly strong enough to describe this implosion. This is a catastrophic meltdown. This is one of the worst team collapses we have ever seen, period. Full stop. Books should and will be written about this meltdown. And they're going to make those books part of the Philly public school curriculum so that future generations of battery chuckers will know exactly what a fraudulent, choking team looks like. It's not just Kansas City that has a special message for Nick Sirianni this morning. It seems like Philly fan has the same message, except a lot more of it. It feels like the entire world wants to say to Sirianni, I don't hear bleep anymore. See ya.
Hey, I don't hear anymore. Chief fans. See ya.
Incredible. I mean, bad enough that a head coach, well, on the one hand, I want to say bad enough that a head coach is acting like that. When in reality, I love a head coach acting like that. I just know the way that thing works. It all comes around. No matter who you are, no matter how good you are. I love a head coach who acts like that, but I know deep down it's going to bite him in the ass. It's going to come around. It all comes around. And sure enough, it all came around. That was Nick Sirianni after a win in Kansas City. Alvin, can I hear that one more time just so everybody understands fully what he said, when he said it, and what has happened since?
Hey, I don't hear anymore. Chief fans. See ya.
A player, maybe. You can see a player saying something like that, but the head coach? But then again, different dude, right? Here's the problem. Since he did that, they went 2-6. 2-6 since then. John Gruden taking a victory lap around Arrowhead Stadium in the team bus after a regular season win. Can't believe your act, Nick, after that win.
That's enough of that crap.
Hey, Nick, what happened to it's 1st and 9 every first down? What happened to where's the camera?
Where's the camera?
What happened to less thinking equals talent takeover?
Less thinking equals talent takeover.
What happened to the rock, paper, scissors lifestyle?
Rock, paper, scissors. Let's see how competitive you are.
Nick, the hell happened to your football team?
I know what I'm doing.
The hell happened to your entire season? Because I'll tell you what it looks like from here. It looks like you completely lost your football team. And it looks like they completely lost faith in you and each other. And generally when that happens, the next thing that happens is you completely lose your job. I'm not calling for this guy's job. I'm not calling for his head like I wasn't calling necessarily for Mike McCarthy's head. But you could ask some pretty serious questions, right? It looks like Sirianni lost both of his coordinators off of a Super Bowl run and did not know how to function without them. Did not know how to replace them. Didn't know what to do when things got weird. And not weird as in weird is typically good, but I mean weird. Apparently playing rock, paper, scissors or saying less thinking equals talent takeover when everything is ripping apart and going to hell is not the answer. Because when the alleged best young coach in the NFL, ask him, had everything rip apart, he had no answers. No way to stop the bleeding. I know his ass defense had no way to stop anything at all. Like, the Eagles are so pathetic and so embarrassing, they almost make you forget how pathetic and embarrassing the Cowboys are. Like, it seemed impossible that Philly could go out there and embarrass themselves even worse than Dallas did. And then Philly went out there last night and made looking worse than Dallas actually look easy. I mean, it really was that bad. The Eagles dudes didn't just no-show a playoff game. They showed up defeated already. They came in pre-defeated. Like they had already played the game in their minds and got their asses kicked. Then they took the field for the coin flip. You can't find worse vibes than the vibes on that Eagles sideline. And yes, I'm well aware that Nick Sirianni had that team in the Super Bowl last season and nearly won. And I'm well aware that this dude started 10-1 this year. But they just went from 10-1 to 1 and done. And the team could not look any more excited for that season to come to an end. And they couldn't look any more excited to get as far away as possible from each other as they could. And if you lose the locker room as a head coach, once you lose the locker room as a head coach, it is virtually impossible to get it back. So if this guy has, and it sure as hell looks like he has, and he can't get them back, how do you bring him back? Now, to Nick's part, he says he's not at all worried about his job. He's not worried about his job. Says here, he absolutely should be worried about his job. Hey, everybody, gather up, bring it in. Rock, paper, scissors. Well, what do you mean every single one of them put their heart and soul into this? He said that, quote, every single one of them put their heart and soul into this. Into what? Into what exactly? If you mean every single one of them put their heart and soul into getting your ass fired, then maybe. But every single one of them put their heart and soul into that game last night? Yeah, nobody's buying that. Nobody who saw that game is buying that. Jalen Hurts did his best Dak Prescott impression after the game and also tried to defend his head coach. He just didn't do a very good job at it, at all. Just like Jalen, and I know he's banged up, but just like Jalen has not done a very good job on the field of late. Dude, in weeks. Are you seriously going to go with the, I didn't know he was going anywhere? Really, dude? Because this is exactly what happens. You've got to know that. That's what happens when a football team completely collapses into a steaming heap of flaming garbage. That's what happens when you no-show a playoff game. And all look like you'd rather be throwing down with each other than the other team. You know what happens when that happens? People go some places. They go somewhere. Well, what do you mean you had no idea he was going anywhere? And maybe he's not. But don't act like that's like the most foreign concept ever. Wait, what? Wait. You mean people aren't happy with coach? People aren't happy with us? Typically, when that happens, the coach does go somewhere. And you know where that somewhere is? That somewhere is called the wood chipper. Or under the nearest bus. Also, you definitely do not look like you have, quote, a ton of confidence in everyone in this building.
A ton of confidence in everyone in this building.
What are you talking about, dude? I mean, just looking at your sideline alone. Never mind looking at what transpired on the field. Looking at your sideline alone. Looking at the way you interact with each other. What do you mean? It looks like you have a ton of confidence in everybody in the building. It looks like you have no confidence in anybody in that building. At least judging by your body language. And the guys around you did not look like they had any more confidence in you than you had in them. What I'm saying is, I do not recall an NFL team having this catastrophic a collapse ever. Like, I'm trying to, but nothing's coming to mind. Not one bad night, mind you. Not one bad night. That's not what that is. That's a slow-moving train wreck that culminated in the ass-kicking that everybody could see from a mile away except James Kelly, who chose them and got worked yet again. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell to be the first to know when we do upload a new video.